Well, that's me propagator set up, so all I need to do now is sow some seeds. That's next. Okay, hope you can see this, but these are my toilet roll holders. Basically the inner tray, which has got about an inch of compost, sitted these in and then fill these up with compost, and then because we've had a few strong winds and some really bad frosts, I'm going to start some more off again, just as a little backup in case anything goes more wrong with them. So basically there's 10 here. I'm going to do these broad beans, which are, I don't know if you can say that, Bunyard's Exhibition broad bean. Look very nice in the picture. So it says you can sow February outside, so I'm going to start these indoors now, and then when they've germinated and they've grown a couple of inches, I'll take them into the greenhouse. So basically that's your broad bean there. Basically you put it on its side with that eye, that's where the shooting roots come out. So basically plant it on its side into each holder. Just like that. So it's about, I don't know, so it'll be about an inch below the surface. Is that doing alright? I need one more. There you go. In there. So it just needs a little top up with some compost, which I'll get. So just top it up, each one. There you go. So all that's needed now is to water them, and I always water seedlings and seeds from below. So just water them and they'll be ready to stick on the windowsill. I'm going to sow some seeds in this tray, and in this one I'm going to do my autumn giant leek. I don't know if you can say that there. So this is the Albana, which apparently is high quality for table or shown. So it's Autumn Giant 3 Albana. So this is the tray I'm going to put it in. Basically I'm going to, well, I don't know if you can see, very small seeds. So basically, get a few out. I'm going to sow it on this half of the tray, and just need to be sown sort of fairly thinly. Probably can't see the seed, the beans are small, but that's there. I've sown about 30 there, which is more than enough. And on this side I'm going to sow these, which are tomato money makers. So they're sort of, in my opinion, sort of general purpose nice tomatoes. So I'm going to grow a few of them. So this seed packet. I've got loads of Moneymaker seeds at there. You can see fairly small but not that bad. So then again, it's just a case of broadcasting seed. It's more than I need there, but tomatoes are sort of, well, in my opinion, a bit thicker. 1 minute they're okay, one frost and it's all gone. So what's needed after that is a small shallow covering of compost just to cover the top. So that should be about it, I think. Just gotta make sure they're all covered. That's it. Just got to make sure it's all levelled off and everything's covered. Just very gently firm it down, and that's it. And as usual, or as always, the label. Can I forget that? So, Moneymakers there, and my leeks are there. So that gets watered. It also gets a lid, like that, and it's got a vent. But it keeps, this goes in the incubator or propagator, and away we'll go. Well, that first tray was for the tomatoes, my Moneymakers and my leeks. The next tray is going to be for my peppers and cucumbers. The tomatoes and leeks, they'll get away with being incubated at 15 to 20 degrees. The peppers and cucumbers need about 20 to 25. I can put both these in my propagator. I'll set my propagator to 20, so it's at the top range for my tomatoes and leeks, but still at the bottom range for my peppers, but both will still germinate. So tomatoes done. Next we're on to the peppers and cucumbers. So this is my next tray for my peppers. So I'm not doing many of these. So the cucumber mini munch, quite big. Don't get many to a packet, but I only need one, so I'll put 2 seeds there. That's my mini munch. Next is the Tasty King, very similar in size to the mini munch cucumbers. No big surprise really there. So I will do 5. I will leave it at that. So again, label it. Next we've got the big banana pepper. they're a bit like, I don't know if it's a bit like tomato in shape. There you go. So I think I've only got about 5 of these left, so I'll just sew all 5. They'll expire by the end of this year anyway. So that's my big banana. These are my Biscayan pepper, which are the ones I'm trying out. A friend of us got them at an agricultural show, and as I say, just like the big banana pepper. So we'll see how they go. So I'll do about 4 of them, keep the rest. And finally we have another new one I'm doing. It's supposed to do very well in containers. It's this one here. It's a pepper. It's a hot one called razzmatazz, but it's supposed to do well in containers. It looks like it's different coloured chilies on the plant, so we'll give that a go. Just bear with me. Need to open the seed packet. Looks like you get a few for this. So again, so there you go. And again, label, and then yet again, just a case of putting on a thin layer of compost over the top. Just basically enough to cover them. So I'm doing that. That'll be enough. Just level that off a little bit. There you go. And then again, water them. All labelled, all in there, all ready. The one I'm going to do is a strawberry, and this one is Baron Soul Maker, if that's how you pronounce it. Like you say, the seed. It's an alpine type strawberry, but it's supposed to produce some delicate berries with exquisite flavour. So we'll see how that goes. So this just goes. This will not go in the propagator. This will just sit on the windowsill. Should be warm enough for it. These is 200, and these are absolutely tiny. Each one of them, there's about 20 seeds there. Absolutely tiny. So it's just a case of sprinkling the tiny seed over the surface, and then again just a very light covering of compost. With strawberries, I always tend to leave it as light as possible. Because the tiny seeds, they can't really force themselves through much soil, so that's it. So again, label, and that's it. That'll go on the watered and then on the windowsill shelf, and we'll see how that goes. Right, and finally, my final sowings are my Brussels sprouts, which will go outside into the greenhouse. So I've got two types. I've got the ones that grew this year or last year, and they are what's the name? Evesham Special, which were very nice indeed. But I got these in a magazine, and these are a Brussels sprout called Rubine or Rubine, and these are like a purple type Brussels sprout. So I'm going to give I'm going to grow a couple of them and a couple of the Evesham. They're all going to go in this pot here, and it's just a case of sowing about 3 or 4 on one half, and then do exactly the same. So about 3 or 4 on that half. See how that goes. Then it's just a case of putting on a little bit of compost. Just firm it down gently. Don't really need to pack it, and that's it. So that gets watering. Right, so to finish this video off, there's me broad beans, Boneyard's exhibition. This one on the windowsill is my strawberry, so that'll do alright there. In that pot there has got me Brussels sprouts, and then into my garage In here we have the other two trays. That one there has got my cucumbers and peppers all in there. So that's on. And then in this one I've got my tomatoes, my money maker and my autumn giant leeks, and that's the sensor. As you can see, it goes into the soil, so you know exactly what the temperature of the soil where the roots are, so you know exactly the temperature your plant is at. So then what I need to do now, press the on, keep it in, and it's away, and there you go. At the moment thinks it's 16, so it'll heat up. It's set to 20, so it'll be on the low side for them, but that's fine, and it'll be on the high side for them, but again, that's fine. So there you go. And what I'll do is, during the day this is fine, but at night time where it might get cold, what I do is I just plonk a bit of fleece over, and that just gives it a little bit of added protection, so it doesn't so if there's any really cold nights unexpectedly, then it doesn't get caught out, and then it's just a simple case of taking it off on the morning. But yeah, so that's my propagator. It did as well last year, so I'm hoping it will do the same again this year. It'll certainly get used because there's plenty of other vegetables that I'll be starting off. But yeah, that's it. My first sowings of 2015. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye now.